Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi there, it's me again, Miss Margareta Darmayanti. So for today, we are going to learn about present simple. So, when do you use present simple? There are three important things that you need to remember when you use present simple. The first one is that you use present simple to talk about something that is true in the present. For example, they live next door to us. He manages sales team in Indonesia. The second one, you talk about something that happens regularly in the present. For example, she checks the financial system once a week. Or, for example, we often play basketball on Tuesdays. If you hear it, I say Tuesdays, not Tuesday. So I put S after Tuesday because we often use it every Tuesday. So it is regularly every Tuesday. That's why I put S after the word Tuesdays. Once again, we play basketball on Tuesdays. Okay. The next one. When you talk about something that is always true, so it doesn't change. For example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Or another example, Kapuas is the longest river in Indonesia. Okay, that's the function of present simple. How about the pattern? Okay, it's quite easy. The pattern for present simple is that when you have subject, verb, and then complement. For example, like the example I gave you is that she deals with customers every day. So you have the subject she, and then the verb deals with, and then the complement, customers every day. If you pay attention to this pattern, when you have the subject she, he, and it, then you need to put S or ES with the verb. So, she deals with. Okay? Okay, it's different when the subject is they, we, I, and you. You don't need to put S after the verb. For example, they develop e-business in Indonesia. Okay, what if you don't have the verb? For example, you only have the adjective. If you don't have non-verb or other word beside the verb, then you have to put S after the subject. For example, he is responsible for new business ideas. So the subject he, and then you put the be is, and then you have the non-verb. The word responsible for is adjective. Then the complete sentence will be he is responsible for new business ideas. When you have the subject they, we, and you, then yes, the P is are. For example, they are responsible for new project. And of course, if you have the subject I, the B will be am. Then the sentence will be I am responsible for the new project. That's for the positive sentence. How about negative? Yes, for the negative is also quite easy. You just need to put not after the actually verb or after the be. For example, when you have the verb deal, then when the subject is she, you just put the actually verb does, not, and then the verb. For example, she does not deal with customer every day. Remember, you don't put S after the verb deal because it's already used for does. Okay? So the S is already in does. So you don't need to put S again in the verb deal. So once again, your sentence will be she does not deal with customers every day. So when you have the subject he, she, and it, for the negative sentence, you will have does not and then the verb. When the subject is they, we, I, and you, then you will put do not after the subject. For example, they do not develop e-business in Indonesia. But when you have the P, you will put not after the P. For example, he is not responsible for new business ideas. Okay, it's quite easy, right? And for other subject, you just need to match with the correct P. When you have the subject they, it means you will use they are not responsible for new business ideas. You got it? Good. Okay, next I will talk about questions. What about the questions? I believe you have already known that there are two kinds of questions. We have yes/no questions and WH questions. For yes/no questions, it's quite easy. You just need to invert the auxiliary verb do or does before the subject. So you will put that in front. So do or does, and then the subject, and then the complement. For example, does she deal with customers every day? Okay, so you have does and then the subject she and then the verb deal with. Remember, when you have the auxiliary verb does, you don't need to put S after the verb. So your sentence will be, does she deal with customer every day? Okay, but when you have the subject they, we, and you will have the auxiliary verb do. Then your sentence will be, do they deal with customers every day? Okay, that's for yes/no questions with do or does. But when you have is, you just also need to invert that. So just put it before the subject. For example, using is he responsible for the new ideas? Okay, so the to be will be before the subject. When you have the subject they, and then are they responsible for the new business ideas? Okay, piece of cake, right? Okay, let's go on for the questions with WH questions. When you have WH questions, it's very easy. You just need to put the WH question before the word do or does. For example, what does she deal with every day? The answer will be she deals with customer every day. Remember once again, if you have the auxiliary verb does, do not need to put S after the verb. Okay, how about if the subject is they? Then the question will be, what do they deal with every day? Okay. If the question with be, it will be the same. You just need to put the question word at the beginning of your sentence before the be. For example, what is he responsible for? The answer will be, he is responsible for the new business ideas. Easy, right? So, that's all for me. I hope it is understandable and you get better in your English. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye.